Hey everybody! We'll see if it's going to work or not. Coming to you live right now. We are in North Carolina on a little mini vacation here for my birthday. That was yesterday, but we are going to be making some peanut butter cups. Me and my friend are going to be doing that, so y'all can jump on. And let's go check the chocolate. She's filling up the peanut butter cups. We're going to check the chocolate. I'm in charge of melting the chocolate. So we don't have much to work with in this little place, but I got the chocolate right here in a double boiler. And I'm trying to get that all melted down. Alright, how's everybody doing? I told y'all we'd go live when we're gonna make some candy here. We got one more piece of thing to melt there. Ashley Turner, hey Ashley. I got your mama working over there. We're making peanut butter cups if you're just signing on. I am feeling 100% better. You can melt it in the microwave, but we got a lot to do, so we are putting it in this little double boiler thing. And y'all, when I signed on today, it told me I had stars. I can't tell if I do or not. So y'all let me know if you see something about giving stars. You know, we've been trying to get stars for almost a year. So if anybody knows anything about that, let me know. Alright, so this is getting melted. I feel one more little chunk down in there. I'm going to turn this off for a minute. Who's watching the chickens? Trevor is watching the chickens and the cats and all that good stuff. Alright, I got one of these bottles like this, y'all. Okay, it does say something. It says you can give stars. I don't know anything about the stars. But it told me at the top, like where I see up there, it shows me stars. So if any of y'all know anything about stars, it told me it was activated. So we'll have to figure that out later. But right now, I'm going to try to pour some of this chocolate. I hope it's not too thick. I'm going to try to pour this in here without spilling it all over the place. Alright, I'm going to keep I'm going to put a little bit more chocolate down in here. Let that melt a little bit. We got a little bit here we can use. Wipe this up, and I'm going to go over there and start filling some of the things up. Let me get this chocolate off my hand here. Alright, some people say there's no stars, but it tells me I had stars. Stars are only available if using Facebook app. I don't know what that means, Dana. It just told me when I went live, it says stars are now enabled. And that's all it told me. So I don't know. We might have to figure. I can see a star at the top, but it says 0. I don't know if any of y'all give stars or know how to give stars. You'll have to let me know. Okay, we got a whole bag of filling. I already made the whole filling up. It's butter. It's in my recipe book. It's butter, peanut butter, vanilla, and powdered sugar. And I got a big bag of it here. And we are pinching it off and filling these little peanut butter cups up. Let me show you here, right there. And that's my friend Suzanne.
Hello.
She's down here, and we're going to be doing this. All right, some people said they're not seeing the stars. Well, we're going to have to test that out later. It shows me at the top I can actually see a star. That's the first time I've ever seen it. I'm feeling good today, y'all. Okay, before this hardens up, we got to use this. So I put my chocolate in one of these squirt things. And I don't know if I can prop this up a little bit. It's probably not going to stay propped up. But I'll do the ones down here on this end. And I just, whoa. I just squirt to fill the peanut butter up. And I shake them like that. This is the easiest way I found to make these. You just put some squirted chocolate on there, shake it down, and it doesn't take very long. You can put chocolate on the bottom of the cup. Hang on, just looking up the things. Oh, hang on, I gotta get my screwdriver, y'all.
Hi, Jaxie. Hope you're feeling better, baby. I saw you said hello. Hi, everybody else that's saying hello to me.
All right. I gotta get my screwdriver, y'all. We want to get it down here where you can see it and let the camera hold steady. This phone's so heavy, it gets top heavy. So, hey, how everybody doing? All right, here's what I was doing. I put my melted chocolate in here, and Suzanne is putting the peanut butter in the cup. And you got two people doing this, it goes real quick. And I just shake this around. Now this recipe makes a lot. You might want to cut this recipe in half if you make these at home. These are the best peanut butter cups I've ever found. And using this squirt bottle does a nice job. You just squirt that right on top. I'm melting it over there in a big pot. You can put it in here, but I don't like to put this bottle in the microwave for that long because it's plastic. So I find it better you can melt it in a glass cup or anything and then just pour it into this thing if you want. And you can also put it on the bottom of the cup if you want. All right, Karen Merchant says, I now have stars. Karen, we've been trying to figure this out. It tells me I have stars, but people said that they don't see a way to send the stars. So I'm not sure. If somebody knows anything about stars, I don't know anything about stars. I don't even know how you send a star or anything. So if somebody can help me out on that, if you've ever sent a star to somebody, try to send me a star. If you want to. They're saying they don't see it on their screen. I don't know. We might have to try again later. It didn't tell me nothing. It just, when I went live, y'all, it said the stars are where the emojis are. It says, all it did is say, you now have stars enabled. Because I wrote Facebook the other day a little note. Because they keep telling me I have them, but I don't. All right, so we'll figure it out. Some people say it's on their screen, some people say it isn't. Okay, that's how many, this bottle, I only had it about so full. So we made like 4, 8, 12, 16, 23 cups real fast like that. So you can see that. All right, let me go back over here. I can't worry about them stars right now. Yeah, you have to buy the stars ahead of time or something. I'm not sure how you do it, y'all. You have to do something, but if you're a star sender, you kind of know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. All right, I got to melt more chocolate. We don't have enough to get anything else done, so I am going to melt more chocolate. And I will talk to y'all while this chocolate is melting. So a pack will probably do about, I don't know, 50 Reese cups in a pack of that chocolate. I'm not sure. All right, we're going to melt this chocolate, but I can talk to y'all while we're melting it. Yeah, I see stars at the top, but y'all don't know how that works. I'm sorry, but I know people just been telling me to get stars, but all right, so here's what we got done so far. Suzanne's filling up the peanut butter, and she's doing a fine job. Look at that. We're going to be finished with this in no time. When you're doing this with just one person, it says Joyce sent me 100 stars. I don't see them. At the top, it says 0 stars so far. I am feeling 100% better, y'all. 100%. Yesterday, I was out of it. I went to bed at 9 o'clock on my birthday. I couldn't believe it, but I was just feeling so bad. But today has been great. We've been up and about and doing stuff, and I have felt good all day today. All right, so that's good. So I'm going to turn this tray around, and when I get me some more melted chocolate, bada boom, we got one empty over here. Missed one. I think these are bigger than the ones I normally make. I don't know. It seems like it's going to make a lot, don't it?
Yeah.
This recipe makes a lot, y'all. I think I had written down it made 125 of these cups or something. So, my birthday was good. We're going home on Thursday, I think. It's not foggy right now. The sun is out, and tomorrow it's supposed to rain all day. Okay, somebody says that they sent me stars, but I can't see them. I hate to touch any of these buttons because, you know, who knows what's going to happen. I don't see a thing for stars. I have a, let's see, it says, did you get these? Star comments, I can see William Burke sent 50 stars, and Joyce Smith sent 100 stars. But I do not see them up in my star count. Oh, Lord. I do see them on the screen as a star sender, but it's not up in the total. So, but I do see that 2 people sent me stars, so we'll just have to see why that don't total up there. We'll get this sooner or later, y'all. It should already be set up. All I know is when I signed on, it said you are now enabled to get stars, and it's a little star at the top with a 0 beside it, like I didn't get any stars. And that should add up. But, can y'all see how many stars somebody gives me? Like, do you see the total at the top of your screen? Like, mine says like 430 some people watching and 0 stars. Do y'all see the 0 stars? Or do you see 150 stars or something like that? I don't know. There's no way to refresh anything. It usually just counts that stuff up. I don't even know what I touched a minute ago. Oh, I touched that little star thing, and it told me I had some star senders. I don't know what that means. I shouldn't have to click on anything. Usually while you're live, you can see the total of your stars. I don't see anything yet. Oh well, I got Suzanne to work, so I'll just talk to y'all while she's working. I'm learning her how to make candy today. I'm gonna put you right here because we're back in the kitchen now, and I'm gonna stir this chocolate around to melt this down. Now, if your chocolate gets too thick on you, you can always add a little drop of vegetable oil, but we don't have none of that today, do we?
No.
Did you bring any vegetable oil? I didn't eat.
The only thing I have is spray.
Yeah.
That won't work.
Well, push come to shove.
Yeah.
Push come to shove, we might have to spray it with Pam. All right, somebody said when the video is over. I don't know how that works. Tony just went to take a nap because I had to make him turn the TV off out here, so I could do the video. Let's see if I can get a little bit of this in my jar here. See if it's. See if I can get a little bit in here. I can make a few more. Whoa. When I don't pay attention, I spill it all over the thing. All right, let's get that back on there, cooking. I'm gonna put this up here and get that in there. Lay that right there. I'm gonna need another pack of that chocolate.
You need it too?
Yeah, give me that and I'll put that in here while we're doing here. Whoa. So I'm just using this almond bark. That's what I told y'all to buy. This just come from Walmart. Let me put this down here, this down here. And next we're going to make some Oreo balls. Let me get this. I gotta make sure there's still water in here, y'all. Get that over there. Oh yeah, there's still some water in here, but I'm gonna put some more water in. All right. This is called a double boiler. It's boiling that down like that. All right, let's go squirt this while this stuff is still warm. You gotta get this squirted while it's still warm. I'm going from this little kitchen. We're in a condo, so I'm going from the little kitchen over to the dining room. All right, so here we go. We're just going to squirt some of this right on top of here, and then I just shake it down. And I only cover the tops of these because that's good enough. The peanut butter mixture is so good. And you just have to shake it down, put your chocolate in there and shake her down, and you got a peanut butter cup. This is the easiest way I've ever found to do it. Is you can buy these little things for like $2 where they sell candy supplies. All right, I'm concentrating on these, y'all. I'm still in the mountains. I'm still in the mountains. Well, I'll try to see about that star stuff. I didn't bring my computer up here with me. And sometimes I can't look at stuff on my phone. I got to have my computer. But that's okay. We'll get it figured out. You like peanut butter cups, Suzanne?
I love them.
Oh, these are so good. I like to keep mine kind of cold in the refrigerator. They are really good like that. All right. We almost got a whole tray done, y'all. Look at that. Now all I gotta do is melt some more chocolate. That's my job, is melting the chocolate. The peanut butter. Yes, let me give y'all the thing. I made all my recipes up before I left the house. But here's what this one is. I will, let me see how I'll turn this thing around. And I'm going to show y'all the peanut butter cups. Now this is a big recipe. You might want to cut this in half. I make a lot at a time. I use 1 pound of butter, which was 4 sticks, 2 cups of peanut butter, 8 cups of confectionery sugar, and 2 tablespoons of vanilla. That is what the peanut butter cup has in it. Butter, peanut butter, powdered sugar, and vanilla. And it's only chocolate on the top. Look at her go. Y'all, here's our little condo we in. And this is where we're doing. What do I do with these? We give them away to people. I'm going to give her a bunch.
They're great for parties and Christmas dinner.
Yeah, I'm going to set them out. We're having a Christmas party Friday night at my house. So, it's just, you know, I always do homemade candy. I've always made different kinds of candy. Next, we're going to do Oreo balls. I don't know if we're doing the Oreo balls today or not. We might. We might get all the candy made today and do the cookies tomorrow. We got 2 recipes of cookies to do tomorrow or whenever. And so today we're going to get these peanut butter cups done. They're the longest taken because there's so many. Yes, this recipe is in my cookbook on the very last recipe in the book. This is recipe number 205. And it's the filling. This chocolate, the chocolate is only, it's called almond bark right here. Almond bark. And this is just from Walmart. How do you buy stars? You're going to have to Google how do you buy stars. You have to buy them ahead of time. It says I can get stars, but y'all, I don't know. I click on it and there's nothing there. Oh yeah, it says some people sent me stars. But I can't see them at the top. It says 4 people sent me stars. Deb Snyder, it says you sent me 200 stars. And Deb Snyder, it says you sent 100 stars. Then it says Joyce Smith sent 100 and Wilma Burke sent 50. So I don't know why it's not totaling it at the top. But at least it's a step in the right direction, y'all, because we have been trying since February to get stars. And every time I would write Facebook and ask them, I wouldn't hear nothing back. It just says, you'll get your answer in 2 weeks. Well, I wrote them last week and said, you keep telling me 2 weeks. It's under review, but you never enable them. So maybe somebody looked at them and enabled them. I don't know. I know y'all followers are smarter than I am when it comes to all that stuff. I'm trying to get this camera fixed here. This little holder always falls off. So we'll get it figured out, y'all. The peanut butter is now this is a big recipe, so this is what I used. 1 pound of butter. So that's 4 sticks of butter. I used 2 cups of peanut butter. 8 cups of powdered sugar, and 2 tablespoons of vanilla. Okay, Anita Andrews says, click on the stars icon in the comments, and it will lead you to where you need to buy your stars. Whatever all that means. And these are just little paper baking cups. Do you have those little, the new ones? And they're already hardening up. You buy these little, these are called mini baking cups. And there was 2 rows of them in here. You got 350 in a little pack. So that's where you get those at. But we make these, and these will last y'all. A lot of times I'll put them in the refrigerator because I like mine cold. The chocolate goes down a little bit on the sides, but if you really want to do it right, what you would do is, here's what it's going to look like, y'all. But I don't care because it tastes the same and it's quick. What you can do is you can take this out, put your little put chocolate in, put your peanut butter in, then put the rest of the chocolate in. Then it would be a real Reese-like cup. But we do it the quick and easy way, where it's going to look like this when you get done. But when you peel this paper off, now this one's not totally set up yet, but it's not totally set up. But you will be able to peel that paper off, and you're going to get chocolate and peanut butter, and it's going to taste good. Yeah, these are mini baking cups, and that's what I use for these, the mini ones. Let's go see if we got some. Yeah, if you're late watching, we're just live, y'all. We're at the condo. We're making some peanut butter cups, and we're just kind of hanging out with y'all today. If you don't have anything to do, you can hang out with us. I'm going to try to put some more in here. Let's move this out of the way. This kind of gets messy, but that's okay. As long as you get that lid on tight. If you don't get the lid on tight, it can pop off. All right, let's get this over here, see if I can get a little bit of this down in here. All right, let's keep melting this. We'll get our water boiled out. Got to burn that pan up. All right, let me put some more water in here. Back over here. We're going to get our lid back on here. Put some water in there. This is called a double boiler. Alright, we're going to let this some more. How many? We got a lot more? Am I still on the first tray?
Yes.
Oh, Lord. We are on the first tray, y'all. Alright. So, we're gonna melt this. down. Let's go back to our drawing thing. We're just spinning the, people's asking if I feel better today. I feel 100% better today. I haven't been sick any today. So that is good. I think Suzanne's doing all the work. That's the hard part.
All right.
She's practicing. She's learning how to make candy today. I just shake this pan up and down to get the air bubbles out. Just make sure all the air bubbles are out. And this is almost one tray done. Using this little squeeze thing. Now you could use an old ketchup bottle or anything if you got it. Pour your chocolate into that. And there you have it. This is, I don't know how many is on that tray. Whoa. We about knocked that up. Alright, we're going to start squirting here again. And I just squirt them and then shake this tray. Squirt this stuff and shake the tray. This is the shortcut method. We're not putting the chocolate on the bottom. If I was making them to really take somewhere special or something, I would probably take more time and put the chocolate on the bottom, then put the peanut butter in the middle, and then put more chocolate on top. But I found this way is fast, easy, and it's quick. And it's all going to taste the same, chocolate and peanut butter. So look how fast you can make these. Now Suzanne said she likes a lot of peanut butter, but just a little tiny bit of chocolate on hers.
I'm all about peanut butter balls instead of little chocolate and just a little chocolate.
All right, how many was on that other tray? Did you count them?
No.
It's a lot.
It is a lot.
We got a lot here, y'all.
Still a lot to go.
That can do a lot.
Yeah, this is Alan's favorite.
It is?
Mm-hmm. He loves Reese's.
I like these because the peanut butter is real smooth. It's not grainy like a real Reese's cup is kind of green.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back to the kitchen, y'all. Had to cough there for a minute. All right, well, we ain't figured out about the stars yet. That's okay. We're just going to make candy today and figure that out. These are real easy to make, y'all. If you like peanut butter cups, you will love these. We are definitely going to use all of this chocolate. We are definitely going to use all this chocolate. I'm melting more right now. This chocolate up in here. I got chocolate all over the floor. That's 2 pounds of chocolate done. I should put how many pounds of chocolate in these. We're just going to go till, well, we'll see about this yet. I won't open it yet. All right. How y'all doing? You like my little apron? I brought that with me. What have y'all done today? We went to the public. Oh, I got to tell y'all, I got to post a picture later on. I got to meet one of my followers. She sent me a message, and she lives in Boone, and we were going to Boone to the grocery store. So she came over to the grocery store and met us. What was her name? Debbie?
Debbie Flat.
Yeah, Debbie. I done got chocolate all on my sleeve, y'all. That's crazy. Well, I gotta pull these sleeves up here. I done touched the counter there. Got the chocolate on my sleeve. All right, we're trying to get all this melted. It takes a while when you do it in this thing. We want to get this thing melted up here. All right, so anyhow, we got to meet one of our followers, and she wanted to buy a cookbook, so I met her and took a cookbook to her, and she was just tickled. Oh, Debbie's on here right now? Well, she was tickled, and I was tickled to meet one of y'all. So anytime I'm in an area, that's why I tell y'all where I'm going to be. And if it's not too far out of the way, I'll try to accommodate if I'm not pressed for time or anything. I'm going to see if I can get any out of here. It's still got a lot of chunks up in here, but I'm going to see if I can pour some in here. So I can go and do a little at a time. And then we went to the Cracker Barrel and ate lunch. I guess it was lunch. I don't know what time it even was. And we went to the post office. I mailed some cookbooks today, y'all. So y'all that's PayPal'd me some cookbook orders, we mailed them out today. I think there were 6 of them that went out today. All right. Let's go back over here. Debbie said, we're her kind of people. We just plain old folks. We just plain old country folks. All right. I got some more melted chocolate. Let's go ahead and get some more of these done here. I'm trying to catch up with Suzanne. She's way ahead of me. It's taking a while to melt that chocolate. A little bit at a time. You gotta make sure you cover the whole top, get a good seal on it. These are so easy to make, y'all. Especially if you get you one of these little squeezy things. You could use a spoon and dip this in there, but you're going to have a mess. And your paper's going to get all messy. This is nice and clean. See how I'm doing it? I'm just taking and squirting that right around through there. And you can cut the top of that off ever how much you want it. You can get it to come out faster if you want. Somebody asked if you would take the cash out. For a cookbook? Yeah. I don't have any Cash App. I only have PayPal and Zelle. That's all I have for that. Otherwise, you got to send me cash or a check in the mail. All right, let's do some more of these here. We got a little bit more chocolate in here.
It is fun making them together.
Yeah, it's more fun when you make it with somebody, y'all. If I was doing this by myself, do you know how long it's going to take? It's going to take double the time. Ever how long we've been on here. I don't know how long we've been on here, but... And I already had the filling made.
Yeah.
I made that at home when I had my big mixer. Because I wouldn't want to stir all this stuff up with no mixer. All right, that's that many. We're going to have about 3 trays of these, y'all, when we get done. Oh, and she's still got filling.
Yeah, I got 4 trays total.
Well, we'll see how many we end up with. Yeah, I take PayPal. Yeah, you could use a cake decorating bag, absolutely. But you have to be able to stop and start it, you know, because this is a little bit runnier than icing would be. You know, icing's a little bit thick and you can control it with that thing. This is going to run right out, so you got to keep that in mind too. Let's get back over here and see if there's any more chocolate melted. It's not melting very fast in this double boiler. Let's see if we can set you right there. Stir this up. It seems to be doing pretty good. This is a real old double boiler. I've had this for years. I think we're going to need, oh yes, we definitely going to need that other chocolate. I got it right here. So we're going to have, like I said, this, if you just sign it on, this is what I'm using, almond bark. This just came from Walmart. Very easy to find it at Christmas time. So I'm gonna fill this up a little bit and then put some more of these in here. Actually, let me sit. All right, let me see if I can pour some of this in here.
At least 50 on this one tray. First tray.
Yeah, I think I had it in the comments about how many it made in that cookbook.
There's about 50 on that other tray too. So at least 150.
So, like I said, this makes a really big recipe. So if you don't want to make that big of a recipe, you're going to have to cut this recipe in half. I don't know why this recipe's so big, but it is. All right, let's go over here and stick this on there and do a few more. Always make sure you get this lid on tight or it'll pop off. Let me go over here and look on my... Let me go look at my cookbook, y'all. So I think I have down in the notes. This recipe makes about 125 small cups. Well, we might be making more than that today. It just depends on how much filling you put in each one.
Yeah. How big a paper cup you use.
Yeah, and how big your paper cup is and all that. Let's see if we can finish off this tray here. I'll be glad to see these things done. All I'm doing is walking back and forth to the kitchen. Suzanne's got the bad part though. Rolling that peanut butter down there.
It's not hard.
I guess I don't like that part. I like this part. Now, if I was making these to take somewhere, y'all, here's what I'd do. I'm going to show you with this cup right here. I'm going to take the peanut butter back up out of this one. All right? I would take that thing right there, and I'd go ahead and put me some chocolate on the bottom of it, and then squish this down in it, and it kind of goes up on the sides. Let me show y'all. It kind of went up on the sides, and then I would top it off the rest of the way with chocolate. And that makes it a whole lot fuller, but we weren't trying to make them all that big. Let me see, there's a little bit missing there. And just make sure you got it all filled up and no bubbles in your chocolate. All right, these look pretty good. That's a whole tray of them too. Phew. All right, let's trade me trays here. I bought my baking trays and all with me down here, y'all. And good thing we did, because there wasn't much in this timeshare thing to cook with. So I've known from the past to bring your baking sheets, everything with you. I brought everything but my big kitchen mixer stand. I started to bring that, but then I said, I'll just mix these recipes up. I was up so late that night, I think that's what kind of got me in. That night before I left, after I got off with y'all, then I went in there and made 4 recipes. Bagged them up in a Ziploc baggie and brought them down here with all the stuff to make them with. All right, so if y'all wanting to stay on, I'll just keep staying on and talking to you, but I think y'all got the gist of this.
I don't know what the peanut butter part is again.
Oh, you want to know what the peanut butter part is? It's one. Now, this is a big recipe, so if you write this down and you're going to make it at home, you might want to cut it in half. But my recipe in the book is 1 pound of butter, which is 4 sticks of butter, softened, and then 2 cups of peanut butter, 2 tablespoons of vanilla, and 8 cups of powdered sugar. And you mix all that together, and then you just roll it up and pinch it off in little pieces. And that is your filling. And it's a good, smooth peanut butter filling. All right, let me get this camera set right back here for a minute. Let's see how we're doing stirring this up. Let me see if I can get any more in here. I'm trying to just cook a little at a time so we don't have any. You still got more dough?
Just a little bit.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and put another chunk in here. Let me see if I can get some more going into here. Do a few at a time. And just keep melting this stuff. All right, let's see. Yeah, we still got water. We need a chocolate chunk there. Let's go try this out. Lid back on. Let me wash my hands. I gotta keep washing this chocolate off. I'm gonna have chocolate all over. All right, we got more melting there. All right, so put that in there, okay? All right, we are going to go take this over. How much confectionery sugar was 8 cups? 8 cups of confectionery sugar, 2 cups of peanut butter, and 1 pound of butter. I used real butter. Ooh, we're flying now, y'all. I can't wait to get this done. These are the worst ones. And then we're gonna make Oreo balls, but we'll get off of this live and get set up probably and come back and do the Oreo balls. We gotta get everything set up.
This is the last.
We're almost done. Oh, we're almost done. All right. Phew. It don't make, I keep adding chocolate, but it don't make very many at a time. But I've been making these for years.
So a total of 2.5 pounds of chocolate?
So far it's 2.5 pounds.
Yeah.
And we ain't done yet. It might take all 3 pounds of this chocolate, y'all. I don't know. That chocolate don't go very far when you're making all this stuff. Yeah, it's real easy to make, but just remember in the cookbook now, you might want to cut that recipe in half. Because it's making about, I think we got about 150 cups over there already. All right, so somebody said, how do you make peanut butter cups? Well, that's what we're making. We made first of all, we made the peanut butter filling. It's in my cookbook, and I just gave it out. You might have to watch a replay. And then I'm just melting chocolate, and we put the chocolate, and we buy these little baking cups. It's real easy. Now I'm just melting the chocolate. I'm just using this double boiler. You don't burn it when you're using a double boiler. Now this is just a pan of water, and then it's like a steamer, and then this is just a little pan. And so it just melts all this stuff, but it doesn't burn anything. Sometimes if you microwave chocolate, you get it too hot, and then it dunks up. It doesn't do good. Let's see how this is going to go so far here. See if we can get a little bit more in our thing here. Some of it's not melted yet. I'm trying to rush the melting process here. So that's still melting. How much more we got? Well, I don't think it's gonna. Huh?
Half a tray here.
We're going to put a little bit more of this chocolate in here.
So we have some naked ones too.
Huh?
So we could have some naked ones too.
Yeah, if you run out of chocolate, you can just make naked peanut butter cup.
Peanut butter balls.
Peanut butter balls with no chocolate. All right, let's go squirt these on. We're trying to determine how much more chocolate we're going to need. I had no idea it would take this much chocolate, but... All right, we'll leave that chocolate melting. Yeah, you can find all these, the little baking cups. You can find all this at Walmart. Actually, you can find these at Dollar General. You can find all this stuff at Dollar General. Dollar General has a little baking section for candy making. And you can get all this at Dollar General. These was $2.10 one time. I think they might have been on sale, but I'm not sure. But Dollar General has they sell these little things. So you ain't even got to mess with Walmart. You can go right into Dollar General. They even have one of them they have one about everybody's town now. And they have a little candy making section. So here we go. Look at us go now. These last, somebody said, how do you store them? A lot of times I'll just put them in a Ziploc baggie. Once you put them in the refrigerator and they harden up, you can store them just in a Ziploc baggie. You don't got to put them in a cookie tin or nothing. If you want to, you can put them in a cookie tin. I just usually give them away to people. So you can use like a quart-size baggie and give them away to people. Now Suzanne's going to be taking a lot of these to her house. And I'm going to take some to my house. But we don't need a whole lot. Just for the kids.
Can you freeze them?
Yeah, I've froze these too. Oh, Roseanne said they don't have a Dollar General. You can freeze them. I would put them in like a storage bag or something and freeze them. But yeah, you can freeze chocolate.
Yeah, probably some of these ones are freezable.
Let's see if I can get this one here. All right. Whoa. We are seeing the end, y'all. We are seeing the end. Let's go back in there and see if we can get some more chocolate. So if you have any questions, that's why we're live, so that way we can just take our time. Tracy Young says, congratulations, you got stars. I do have stars, but I don't understand how they work yet, because at the top it's not giving me a total. So we got to see how that's working. I don't know how that yet is going to pan out. I don't know that much about stars. I just got it when this is my first video that says I have stars. So last time they told me I had stars and I had them for a couple hours and then it disappeared. So we'll see how it's going to go this time. Got some water in there. Put that down. All right, let me put some water down in there. I don't want them to run out. How many more we got there? Still several, huh? Put that one in there.
At least.
All right, we'll put that one in there. We're going to have to keep melting some, y'all. All right, here we go. Back to the dining room. Yeah, we got a Dollar General, and they just put a Dollar General in Catlett several years ago, so I love it because we had no store. So when you have no store and then you have a Dollar General, you appreciate that little store. Because when you're making something and you run out of something, it comes in right handy. All right, how are we going to do them others?
I'll put them on a plate.
All right, that's another one filled up. Look at there. She's about to bring me a plate. Put these on. Y'all, we see the end is in sight. She is now out of peanut butter. Probably shouldn't have done these ends up, but see if I can shake these down. See if we can shake these down a little bit. All right, we got 4 more down here. All right, we're almost at the end, y'all. Looking sweet right now. I'll just leave this one over here. All right, we ain't got many more to go. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. 11 more to go, y'all. Yeah, we're having a good time. We're just like kicking back here today at this timeshare, making the candy. See if I can get a little bit of, see if I can get a little bit more in here. See how this is going to work out. Alright, we'll let that last little one cook. Put this lid on. Back to the drawing board. I think we're going to have to just do one more little fill up. And we will be good. Yeah, my back's starting to hurt now. Anytime I'm in the kitchen, my back starts hurting. Up and down, up and down. These will be a little odd shape, but they all taste the same, y'all.
They're all edible.
Ooh, I think we about got it, y'all. Shake that around a little bit. I just heard the water go out of this pan, so I'm going to get in here and get this pan off the eye, because we are done. We are done. Put some water on here. How many did we end up making? I don't think she wanted to count.
I think it's about 175.
Oh, Lord.
170.
All right, y'all. Whew. Now we got to clean up. So let me get off of here and let me shoot on this stars thing again.
We're going to show them all. So you can see how it's covered.
It says I got some stars, but it don't show me the total, so I don't know. All right, I'm going to show y'all what we got before you get off of here. This is how many it made. So like I said, you might want to cut your recipe in half, because that is a lot of Reese cups. You would have to give a lot of these away. And here's let me go ahead and In case you want to snap that, take a picture of that. Somebody said they're having a birthday today. All right, so that's that, y'all. This is me and Suzanne going to sign off for right now. We're going to take a break after we clean up. All right, talk to y'all later.